My name is Alasia Foster, and I will be doing this video based off of where I have been at for the past 2, 3, maybe 4 years, and that court case situation. I'm pretty sure y'all are here from the other videos I've been posting on my social media about when I was dropping this YouTube video of what happened between me and my ex, or what he has done to me. Book full of receipts, as y'all see too. And I also will be posting pictures, putting them in this video as well, so y'all can get the full idea. So this goes back to, let me make sure I'm doing this right. So this goes back to February 17th of 2025, basically last year. This is a lie. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I've been spending time recovering and getting myself together and trying to recover. So first off, let me put this stuff down. I got into a relationship with my ex previously, about 2, 3 years ago, when I think I was a sophomore in college, about to be a sophomore in college. I'll take that back, that wasn't last year. Well, the situation happened last year, but I got with this guy, seeming to be a nice guy. Seeming to be a nice guy. And come to find out, the guy was on meth, okay? And I didn't know this at the time, with me being so young. I didn't know the guy was on meth, okay? Fast forward a little bit, didn't know how abusive he was, neither. Didn't know, the signs of a person when they're on meth or anything like that. But fast forward, me and my ex get into a car, right? And this was supposed to be a late Valentine's Day gift that we were going to go give to his mom. Now in the car on the way there, he starts an argument. And this is what he loved to do, which is start arguments. I'm like, okay, here we go again. He started an argument. Next thing I know, it's kind of like, hold on, let me scoot over a little bit. Okay, next thing I know, he's like, oh, you were cheating on me, which is, this is how it always starts. It always start in, you're cheating on me. And I come to find out, okay, he be throwing that at me because that's what he's doing. That's when I started realizing what he was doing. So I'm like, okay, he want to start argument. Next thing you know, he hit me. So I get out the car. I get out the truck. And I started walking back to the house. He was like, where are you going? This and this and that. I said, I'm going back to the house. I'd rather walk. I get out the car, proceed in walking. Next thing you know, he drives off. Now we're in the parking lot. His mom, mind you, his mom stays in an apartment complex. So we're in a parking lot. I get out the car and start walking back home. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I didn't care about walking back home. Did not in that moment. I guess I figured he went and dropped off the gift that he had for her, and he found where I was walking, so he pulls over. He pulls over, park the car, get out, come around, get me, pick me up, open the car door, throw me in the car, and shut the door back, and he gets in the car and drive back to the house. Mind you, we're still arguing about the conversation that he started, the argument he started. Mind you, this guy is on meth, and I still did not know this. We get to the house. I get out the car, go in the house, I start packing my bags because I already was in the midst of trying to figure out how I was going to leave this guy. I said, don't worry about it. I'm finna pack my stuff. Mind you, we had, at the time, we had like a house full of dogs because he called himself a dog breeder. House full of dogs. He had food laid out on the bed, and I guess the dogs went in there and ate his food. So he got so mad, he started beating the dogs. He took a stick, like I'm talking about a type of stick that looks like a tree branch, what any person will call a tree branch. Took that type of, it was a stick, looked like a tree branch, literally. He took that and started beating them dogs with that. Mind you, I'm still in the room packing. I'm in the other room because I stopped sleeping with him for a long time. I'm in the other room packing my bags. He busts in there, take the bag from me, taking all the clothes out the bag, grab me with the stick, choking me with the stick, and I'm like, really? And he dragged me with the stick around my neck, dragged me from that room down the hallway back to our room. Threw me up against the closet and started beating me with that same stick he was beating the dogs with. I'm talking about beating me with a stick. Hitting any and everywhere. And I'm shielding myself with my hands above my head until I couldn't hold my hands up no more. He broke both of my arms. Beating me until he broke both of my arms. In 3 different areas at that. 3 different areas. Broke my right arm more than my left arm. My wrist was broken. Few fingers fractured. They wasn't broken, they were fractured. And I will be uploading pictures into this video. I mean, I got the book, the medical records right here, and the incident report right here. My cat is actually sitting on Lewis. I'm gonna make this. I got receipts. Y'all know I had to keep receipts. This is the order of protection I had. Anyway, I'm gonna be showing y'all pictures and stuff throughout the what's the name, but this is the order of protection. I'm talking about this man was beating me. Until when he broke both of my arms, I couldn't even hold my arms up no more. I couldn't hold them up. Lewis, leave that alone, please. I couldn't hold my arms up anymore. And then when that stick broke, then he took a metal pole where you hang your clothes on in a closet. A metal pole. Took it out the closet and started beating me with that too. All across my face, all everywhere. I can't even tell y'all for real. I can't. Because I'm really supposed to be dead if we're really not, I'm sorry to say that, but with how I got beat on the night of February 17th, 2025, I mean, most of y'all would really laugh because you would probably think that it's funny. It would probably sound funny. I got beat so bad to the point I was supposed to die. A person my size, my height, I'm 5'4", about 130 some pounds. The average person would have died from an attack like that. That man busted my skull wide open, and I had to get about 8-9 staples. Matter of fact, hold on. Busted my knee wide open, and I had to get 5 or 6 stitches. Fractured a part of my bottom foot on my right. He busted a hole in my left leg and fractured a bone in my right in my right foot. Broke both of my arms. Busted it was, yeah, I don't even think y'all can really even see the picture. That was the middle of my head. And I had to get like 8 or 9 staples. And to this day, I have memory loss. I can be sitting and talking to somebody, and out the blue, I forget about what I'm even having a conversation of, and it comes just like that. We had court. They pushed the court date back about 3-4 times just to say he served a year in the county. And the lady from victim service called me talking about, well, how does probation sound because he served a year in the county? Are you serious? A man put their hands on your daughter and do what they do to her, what he did to me? Would you be asking yourself, is probation okay with you? Would you be asking, was a year in the county enough for him? Mind y'all, when I was sitting and talking to victim services people about this situation, they pulled up this man's background. And when I tell you, I stopped counting after 15 or 20 women of who he was putting his hands on, all his past girlfriends, I stopped counting after 15 or 20 women. So y'all mean to tell me y'all just sitting here letting this man be in and out of jail, let him serve a little time, and then he's back free? Like, are you serious? They pushed the court date back about 2 or 3 times, and then tried to tell me I don't have to come. If it's really off of it, if it's really y'all sitting here helping this man, I don't understand it. I don't understand the case. He got sentenced to court. We had court. The man got 8 years, and he was on probation when he did what he did to me. He was on probation for being on meth. That's how I found out that he was on meth, because he didn't tell me why he had court. Even though I was going with him to court, I had to hear from his lawyer, the public defender, why you were here. Anyway, and I tried to contact his mom to let her know what was going on, because I met her a few times. You could have told me your son was on that thin. Ma'am, I reached out to you and I tried to let you know your son is in jail. Even after he did what he did to me, I still reached out to y'all and let y'all know, hey, well, your brother is in jail or your son is in jail. I didn't have to do that. I talked to his sister. Right now, when I have to go back to screenshot evidence to let the victim services people know that I was in contact with the people that he had on his list for his behalf, she blocked me. I'm not asking for you to take up for your brother, but I'm just letting you know so it won't be a surprise. And you blocked me. I almost died that night. Y'all can't even see it for real. They had to shave a piece of my hair off. That man put a hole in my knee, and I'm having problems with my hip and my leg to this day. Not only memory problems, brain problems, head problems, head issues, but I'm having hip problems, leg problems as well. This is the hole he put in my knee. All the way down to the white bone. I don't even think y'all can see it all the way, but I will be adding the pictures in here. Broke both of my arms. I couldn't even take a picture of that all the way. I took the pictures that I could take, and the pictures that I asked, he took me to the hospital the night that he did it to me. And made me go in there. He went in there with me, but made me go in there and tell the folks that I got jumped by a group of girls at a park. Both arms were broken. I had to come out of the splints as soon as they put them on because I could not depend on him. And I bet y'all are asking, why didn't you leave? Well, I would have left if he would have did this. I would have left if he would have did that. It wasn't as easy as y'all think that it was. This man was keeping me in a house, keeping me locked up in a house, beating on me, accusing me of cheating on him. And whole time he was cheating on me. You're cheating on me and beating me up, trying to accuse me that I'm cheating on you. But like I said, this man was on meth and I did not know this. And I'm not sitting here using it as no excuse. Because I believe that he should have I believe he should have got sentenced more than 8 years. But they sentenced him with 8 years. But I forgot this is the type of world that we live in. This is the type of world. I have my cat here that he body slammed my cat when he was a kitten. Paralyzed his bottom half. My thing is, and the first thing that this man had to say was, oh, well, he scratched me. Why are you even bothering? You knew that they didn't like you from the get-go. Why would you even bother a cat knowing that they don't like you? And you body slam a kitten at that. We got into a fight about that. As many dogs as this man had running around, I ain't never seen you put your hands on no dog like that and you gonna go and slam a kitten. I'm not all for no type of animal abuse at all. But you go and slam a kitten like as if it can defend itself. Anyway, prior to this situation happening, a few weeks before that, a few weeks, maybe months after that situation happened, fast forward a few weeks go by, I hear people knocking on my door. I'm in the room asleep with my ex right beside me, waiting on him to go to work so I can get up and finish packing and leave. I look out the door and it's my sisters there with the police calling for a welfare check. Now, first thing I'm thinking to myself is, this man got a gun in here while he's on probation. This man is armed. Mind you, he took my gun. I tell you I was gonna handle it and you call and do a welfare check, this man could have blew my brains out right in the house while the police was outside. This man had a gun to my head while the police was outside. I could have died right there. I know in that type of situation, any family member will be worried, but if a person tell you that they got it, all you can do is accept and try to trust that person. But I told her, well, because I thought that I could trust her, that it would stay between me and her, and it got out. I'm gonna fast forward some more. He told me to tell the police that everything was okay with the gun to my head, and I told them that everything was okay, and he made everybody leave. The police made everybody leave. So after that, not too long after that, it was one day I was looking for apartments. I was apartment searching, and he didn't know that. My ex did not know that. Well, he pulls up, come home, pull up, talking about he need me to take him somewhere. He needs to tag to the truck or something like that. Mind y'all, I took the tags off of the truck because he was cheating on me, and I had proof and evidence that he was cheating on me. I took the tags off of the truck. I mean, he bought the truck, but it was in my name. Those tags are mine. I mean, I paid for it. And that's what started another fight because I would not give him the tags to the truck so he could leave or go do whatever he was. Mind y'all, he was already gone prior to this happening. And I just told him, I ain't gonna lie to you, if you're not gonna leave and leave me alone, then I'm gonna call the police. He proceeded to keep messing with me, so I called the police with him standing in the room with me. And when I called the police, I told the lady what was going on. Hey, it's a man in here. It's my boyfriend at the time, and he won't leave me alone. And I'm calling so y'all can send some police to come and do something about it. Then he steps back talking about, so this what you really gonna do? This what you gonna do? You gonna do me like this and I'm on probation? You did yourself like that and you're on probation. So the person on the phone, I can't remember what you call them people, but the lady on the phone was like, okay, after I told her what was going on, and I told her that about the situation, how he broke both of my arms and cracked my skull open, and I just already went through something to coming from the hospital. I sat and I told that lady everything, the truth, the real truth on the phone with him standing right here next to me, and I did not care. If I was gonna die that day, that would have been the day, because he was standing right over me, like he was about to do something. And after I got done telling that lady on the phone everything about what happened from the time we getting into the hospital, telling the people that I got jumped by women, I told that woman the truth of everything. And said, yes, my ex is the one who actually did that. And he's on probation. And he took a step back and was finna get ready to do whatever it was he was about to do. I don't know, I can't tell y'all what he was about to do. I just know the lady was like, okay, well, the police are en route. I'm sent, whatever it was she said. And I told her, ma'am, I'm not even trying to be funny, but I need you to stay on the phone with me because he's about to do something to me. And she said, okay, well, I'll put myself on mute. I said, I don't even want you to put yourself on mute because he's about to do something to me. And I looked up at him because I was in the position I was in. I was sitting down. I was laying down on my bed, and I was trying to find apartments to look at. Really, it was trying to hide it from him though. And he walked in on me looking for apartments, and he took a step back. And next thing I know, he grabbed my arm, and my arms were still in the process of healing. Like I just took off my splints because I couldn't depend on him to do anything for me. But he grabbed my arm and he twisted it a certain way and made me drop the phone. I know the lady on the phone heard me hollering. And then he took the phone and hung it up and ran to the room, and I heard the call. Let me slow down. I heard the phone. Sorry about that. I heard the phone though call back. By that time, I was in nothing but pajamas, no shoes. I ran straight out the house and ran right into the truck. Thank God he left the keys in the truck. But I got in the truck and I tried, knowing I wasn't supposed to be driving at the time with how my arms were looking anyway. We lived right by a park, so I managed to pull up into a park and use somebody's phone and call 911 again and let them know what was going on and stayed on the phone with them until the police came. And when the police came, I told them what was going on, what happened. I told them, I know I look as crazy as it may sound. I wish I had the body cam footage, because y'all, if y'all would have showed y'all that, y'all would have been like, yeah, he needs to be in jail longer than that. He needs to be in prison longer than that. I got out the car, no shoes on, nothing. It just said, listen, please. I might look as crazy as can be, but that man in that house down there broke both of my arms, broken my wrist, fractured 3 fingers, split my skull open down the middle. I had to get 8 staples. Busted a hole in my knee. I had to get 6, 7 stitches. Fractured a bone in my right foot. And they seen the mark on my face. They asked, did the man bite me? I mean, and that's what it looked like. And when I show these pictures, and they gave this man 8 years. They only gave this man 8 years in prison, with already serving a year in the county, which don't make a difference. Not to a person like that that's been in and out the county anyway, but let me see, because I got I showed y'all the order of protection. Let me see. This is actually a packet of the incident report and my medical records. I mean, I'm gonna upload pictures because I know that y'all won't be able to, y'all can't see that far, but I mean, I can't say nothing other than this has been an experience. This has really been an experience for me. And it makes me want to be more, it made me more aware. It made me more aware of really everything. Domestic violence. I never thought, if you know me, I've never thought, me personally, I would have went through something like this. To my animal, to my cats, and then prior to me, my mom and her husband had got into contact with me and told me, hey, come stay with me. Now, so as soon as I left from that relationship, I came straight here to another state where my mom and her husband stays. They invited me into their house, which I can't be more than grateful. I'm more than grateful. But prior to this happening, me moving into their house, which I really thought was a bad idea, because prior to this, me and my ex previously came down to their house for my birthday. I think I was turning 20 or 21, one of the two. But my ex had something planned. This was before I really got to know him. And he planned for us to go to another state to go, do stuff, how it is for, your birthday parties and stuff. So my mom called me. It was like, hey, can you come house sit? I said, well, no, what's the name, got something planned for me and him in another state for my birthday. Mind y'all, I never celebrate my birthday. If you know me, like I said, I'm not the type of person to celebrate my birthday. So I was like, okay, this time for my birthday, since I really think I was turning 21, maybe 20, I think. I said, okay, well, I'm turning 20, so I don't ever celebrate my birthday. Let me try to celebrate it now. And then my mom called saying, come house it. So, long story short, I said no. She got mad, so then I called her back. And I said, yeah, I can come. I can come house it. Mind y'all, I didn't have no attitude or nothing about it. I was cool, actually, about it. I just said, I'm not going to cancel my plans. I'm going to just bring my plans right along with me, which was my ex and my 2 cats that I had at the time. So I brought him along, and when she said house sitting, I was house sitting the house, and I was babysitting my little brother. But I brought my ex along with me, and for some reason, her husband had a problem with that, and he was out of town. But mind you, I let my ex meet my mom. Now my thing is, this man was mad because I brought my ex and my cats, and he didn't get a chance to meet my ex. Which like I said, I didn't see what was wrong with it because he was out of town. So I'm like, if you didn't know nothing about it, but my mom should have told you. Why do I have to tell you? This was at the time I was in college, so me and that man don't know, me and him was real cool. We had a cool bond. It was cool. But for some reason, after I brought my ex to the house, and after that with the cats, he did not like me no more after that. So mind you, prior to me, to this relationship stuff happening, and I'm leaving, and I'm getting out of this relationship, and I'm moving to my parents' house, he brought that up again. Well, my mom actually brought it up and said he's mad that you brought your ex and the two cats 3 years ago, when I brought him down for my birthday. And I was just getting out of this relationship last year. I said, so he's mad about something that happened 2-3 years ago? But anyway, I just said, okay, well, I apologize. I will apologize to him. Prior to me staying here every day, y'all, when I tell you that this man had tried something every day, tried to make me mad every day. It was something every day with him trying to make me mad. Mind y'all, I'm still in the process of healing. My body is still healing. One day, me and my mom was going to my brother's football game. And we took his car. And I told my mom, I said, now, you know your husband doesn't like me in his vehicle. She said, I'll just get in there. It's all right. I said, okay. She slips up and tell him that I'm in his car. And he goes, Alasia's in my car. And when I tell y'all this man drove home, I don't know how long it was from work. I just know I just know that it was a minute. This man drove home from work, put my cats, hold on, let me take it a step back. My cats had to stay in a cage whole time while I was living with my mom and her husband. My cats had to stay in a cage. And y'all, cats are not supposed to be in a cage at all. Anybody knows that. But because I respected their house, I put my cats in a cage. And that's something that they're not used to. And that's something that I'm not used to. So my cats were in a cage. Can't be in a garage. They had to be out in the back. So I put them in front of his RV so they can have shade. Y'all, this man even moved his RV from the back of the house where I had the cats. They were nowhere next to his RV, just in the shade of the RV. This man moved his RV from the back of the house to the side of the house, so my cats can be directly in the sun. I've never seen nothing like that before. For a person to say, oh, I love to light cats on fire, something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. My cats had to, and it was the summertime during this. It's hot as hell outside, y'all. Mind y'all, my cats could not be in the garage. They had to stay outside. But back to what I was saying, I was in his car. He came home and put my cats, moved them out, like right in front of the street. It's the garage and then it's the street. Put them like right there at the end of the garage driveway. We get to the house because he called my mom. He texted my mom and says, let's see what you made me do. This is all your fault. You're mad at me for being in your car, but that's something that you need to take up with your wife. And you're directing that towards her daughter or her son? Like, really? Mind y'all, I was not doing anything. Even when I was at the house, when I get home from work, you wouldn't even know I'm at the house. You wouldn't even know I'm in the house. Unless you come to my room and you open my door and see me in there. But anyway, I just told that man when he messed with the cats, I said, if you touch them again, it's really gonna be a problem. Because I've been told him that. You don't like cats, you don't have no reason touching them. My first cat that I came down here with is dead. And that man killed him. Poisoned my damn cat. Like, I didn't see him out there spraying the cage with bug spray, pesticide. Whatever you spray out there in the insects for them to die. That's why my first cat is dead. I came down here to this state, and I'm not letting it be known what state I'm in. But if you follow me on social media, you know what state I'm in. I came down here to this state with three cats, and now I'm down to one. He threw my cat's cage mid-air, the whole cage with the cats in there. This was after my first cat died. I was left with Biggie and Munchie. He threw the whole cage is flying in the air, and when it landed, it busted open, and my second cat got out, never came back to this day, never came back. Now I'm left with one cat. Right when that cage landed, that was it. Cause me and him got into a fist fight after that. Nobody went to jail, but me and him got into a fist fight after that. And it wasn't me that was left looking any type of way. That's all I'm gonna say about that situation. But this man has been antagonizing me, trying to make me look bad, and then had the nerve to throw up what I went through with my ex. That's why your ex was beating on you or something like that, or you didn't do what you did to me, you didn't do that to your ex, or something like that. For you to be a grown-ass man and you sit there and play that game, because all in reality you're mad because you like me. That's all that was. You liked me. I sat and I explained to my mom, and I told my mom there should be no reason why that man is going through my room and my belongings. I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm sorry. But if it was a random man going through my kids' belongings, first thing I do is, that's a grown-ass woman. You don't even need to be in her room. And he kept stuff some of his clothes in my closet, which so he could use that as an excuse. Oh, well, I was in there grabbing my jacket. No, you were in there going through my stuff. And if nobody found that as a red flag, then I don't know how to help you. That man was mad because I did not like him. That man was mad after I brought another man into his house. That's all that was. And then come to find out, when I was trying to let somebody know what was going on, I'm the one that's crazy. Or I'm messing up somebody's benefits. Or I'm doing this and I'm doing that. But then you found out this man is cheating on you. And now that raises a brow. Like, I don't understand it. I was telling you, and I wasn't telling you, but at the same time, this whole time, if I'm telling you, I wake up and I see this man walking off. He was in my room watching me sleep when my door was open. That's why I always kept my door closed. I wake up, and so happen my door's open, and he's watching me sleep. Or he's sending you pictures of what I have laid out in my room. Why is he in my room? And you ain't never found a red flag from that at all. But because this man was in the service, that it makes a difference. I felt some type of way about that whole situation, because it's lies being told, and everybody is looking at me upside my head, or trying to ruin my image or my character. Listen, I done already just came from going through something, okay? And then on top of that, this man threw me out. After we got into that fist fight, he went upstairs, throwing all my stuff around, throwing stuff down, throwing stuff out, talking about she got to get out, she's disrespectful. I ain't disrespected you in your house not one time, bro. Not one time. And every time that you stepped on my toes for the wrong reason, I let you have it. Why? Because who house am I in? Yours. But you let that go over your head too much. Never disrespecting nobody but I guarantee you somebody's going to sit over here and say she's being disrespectful. She's disrespectful. It's always Alasia is disrespectful. It's always she's disrespectful. It's always her mouth is bad. No, I just don't sugarcoat nothing. Why? Because the minute I do that, y'all going to start thinking I'm sweet and it's okay to play with me, right? That man threw me out. I could have stayed in Little Rock versus coming to a whole nother state just to get thrown out by a no good ass man. And that's why I will never trust nobody to this day. I will never trust nobody no more. Trust, and people love to say family is everything, but it be family that mainly be the motherfuckers that tear you down. Try to ruin your image. If you got something better than them, or if you got something that they like, or something, or they feel like you better than them, motherfuckers don't like you. And I've been knew that, and I've been learned that. But for her to sit here and let this man throw me out like that, and I wasn't even done recovering, and I'm still in the process of going through stuff, what was the whole point? What was the whole purpose of that? Like I said, and I'm not even here to sit, I'm here to tell my story. That's why I'm here, to tell my side of the story of what happened to me. And I know a lot of people ain't gonna like it, but guess what? No lies has been told. It's been nothing but the truth. Nothing but the truth. I almost lost my life. And I can't do nothing but sit here and say I am happy to be alive. This smile gonna always be big from here on out, and ain't nobody gonna take that from me as long as I'm alive. I don't care what nobody says. I almost lost my life. I almost. One more hit away from losing my life. And this is, what day is this? Sorry, let me see. Today is May the 28th. Today is May the 28th, 2026. And this happened to me on February 17th, 2025 last year. And I'm still not even fully done healing. But I don't want to bore y'all, and I thank everybody so much for listening to my story and what I had to say, and I hope y'all tune in more on my channel. And yeah, until next time, but I will be weekly vlogging, so stay tuned.